All right, guys, so this technique that we're going to focus on is a defense against a bear hug. This is when someone comes up to you and grabs you with your arms pinned. Pretty scary position to be in, especially if the guy on this side is much stronger and much bigger, because he can literally lift you up, drop you on your head. If your arms are pinned, you wouldn't be able to put your hands out to protect yourself. And even that is not the greatest thing to do, because I've seen people's elbows pop out when they land because they put their hands out. So it can get pretty ugly. But this one's a little touchy because there's so many things you can do right, and then there's so many things you can do wrong. And if you do it wrong, you're going to pay the price. Scariest thing. As a kid, I remember that was one of my biggest fears, because I was a small kid. My biggest fear was having some big bully grab me, lift me up, drop me on my head. I even had a nightmare of that. In my dream, I felt I landed on my shoulder, separated my shoulder. And again, it was a nightmare for me. I would think about that. I was like, dang. So I would always make sure that I was focused on defending myself. One of them is that you have to be aware, because if you see this guy coming towards you, boom, you should be able to just stop him with your spear. You should be able to spear him off and keep him off of you before it happens. But for some reason, let's say maybe a friendly argument turns into something ugly to where it turns physical, and all of a sudden you're this close and you allowed him to be this close, which would be a big mistake. But let's say for whatever reason you did, and he would have grabbed you, now your hands are tight. This is what I'm talking about. My hands are here, I can't do much. He might turn, his idea would be to put his head against mine, so I can't headbutt him. I can't do much there. I can't gouge it with my fingers, so it's making it a little harder for me. So one of the things that I need to do is, right now he's squeezing me, so I have no, you don't have to squeeze me that hard, thank you. The one thing is that if he's not, that would be his goal, to squeeze me, of course. But of course I would have to try to find a way to dig my hands into his hips, okay? This would be one. My hands would literally shoot down to his hips. If he tries to squeeze me, now my hips, my arms are gonna stop that from happening. That's one thing I could do. And at the same time, I would probably push back to get some more space. See, notice how when he's squeezing, I'm gonna ask him to squeeze as hard as he wants. And when I push down, I'm gonna break his grip, and look at what happens to his hands. They break open. The other thing I wanna do is I wanna maintain control of his hips. I don't want to let go, because if I let go, he's going to squeeze me in again. Now I'm in trouble again. So I got to get my hands into this position here. The next thing, once I break free and I've got more space between my stomach and him, chest from our chest, I'm going to step back. My rear knee, I could actually grab skin, I can grab shirt and pant and pull him into my knee. This would be one strike again. And I would probably throw a couple, but always looking for my balance again. I wouldn't want to come up here trying to throw knees, and then maybe start swinging me around, and then I lose the fight, or the balance battle that we're having there. So what I want to do is, as he grabs, again, if I waited too long, I'm in this position, so my hands need to go to his hip. I got to step back. I want distance from us. I could just step in and try to bite his ear. The problem is, he can bite my ear back too. So that's the reason I wouldn't suggest you do that. Better to bite him when he's not able to bite you. But in this case, I want to make sure that I step back, I put my hands on his hip, and I want to grab it, and I'm going to strike. Maybe I can switch hit with the other one so I can hit the groin. Once I do a few, and I know I have him off, I could bump him off and throw a few combinations. But the whole point is, at the beginning, if he rushes you or he's coming a little strong, boom, I'm going to keep those hands up. I want to use my forearms to keep him off. But if it's too late, if he's quicker than me, maybe he caught me by surprise, and I wasn't expecting this, and now this is the position I'm in, this is when I want my hands to step into here. So if he's squeezing, he's going to move around, he's going to try. I want to lower my center of gravity, base. I want to lower my center of gravity, maybe bring one leg back, and I'm going to try to squeeze my hands into this position. And it's not going to be easy, Rick. It's not going to be easy. It's something that, this is why they call it a fight. Because you're actually going to be struggling against a human who's trying to actually hurt you. So now you got resistance. This is why it's important that when you do Krav or kickboxing or any martial art that you do, that you actually spar and you do this with some type of resistance. When you do that, it allows you to know what it's like to be pushed under pressure. So by him doing this, again, he comes up, maybe this was too late, boom, now I'm in this position. He's got over hooks, and I got underhooks at this point. So I'm protecting myself close, lowering my center of gravity. My hands go to the hips, And then again, I'm going to break free. I'm going to push off. It gives me space. Now I can fire. If I stay in here too close, I can beat him all day. It's not going to hurt him because we're too close. In order to hit with power, I need some distance so I can actually land it in there. So as he grabs again, one more time, boom, I'm caught. I move in, I lower my center of gravity, I break it, hit, hit. Maybe come up with a counter, cross or whatever. But that's your defense. That's your defense. Again, there's a lot of other techniques you could do, but I'm just trying to give you a couple that I think that you could survive off of. I can actually give you another one. If he comes up and if he pins my arms, and if my hands are in this position, I can easily just grab his testicles right here. I can squeeze with either hand. I can grab, and I guarantee you, as soon as I grab, as soon as I even say testicles, he's going to push back on me. So you grab, and that's the reaction you're going to get. He's going to pop his hips back. He already wants distance between you. When you bite someone, when you gouge someone, when you grab someone's groin, most of the time they want that distance from you. And that's what you need. In this case, you need that space so that you can actually get back to striking. If you're a wrestler now, you've got a position to throw him down or do whatever you need to do. Again, just depending on how you want to finish the fight. So try that. Break free by pushing forward on his hips. Push hip back on your hip, on your hips, and try to get that movement. Grab onto him, bring that knee right into his groin. Good shot. Good way to get out of it. Try it.